Hello, fellow knife enthusiasts. I'm Cee, and this is
Jul.
Just Jul. And it's that time again for another episode of
Fill in the blank.
We're still looking for the perfect name.
I've seen some great submissions so far for our names, such as Knife Ninja, Atlantic Knife News and Views, Atlantic Blades and Banter.
However, we aren't going to pick the name until the 10th video, so keep the suggestions coming.
Also, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe to our channel, Atlantic Knife, so you can stay up to date with the latest and greatest we have to offer.
Especially the weekly episode videos, which we should start now. So,
today we're going to talk about a few different knives, specifically knives from Amare, Real Steel, Kaiser, and Steadman.
And a knife from Todd Begg's company, Begg Knives.
All of them are folding knives, and all are available on
AtlanticKnife.com. We don't want to keep you guys waiting any longer, so let's talk about the table.
The first knife we have here we're going to show you is this monster, the Amari Knives Coloso.
Speaking of monsters, do you know why monsters are huge, hairy, and ugly?
No.
Because if they were round, small, and smooth, they'd be M&Ms.
Oh my god. Okay, this knife is the largest and newest folder from Amari. It has a black G10 PVD coated handle and a D2 steel blade. This beast is over 9 inches, while the blade itself is only 4 inches. The liner lock weighs in at about 9 ounces. Has a stainless steel pocket clip. This flipper also has a lanyard hole, so if you don't want to carry it on your belt or your pack with the clip, you can attach a paracord lander or fob.
It also has those barrel spacers, like the knife we had last week, except these are bigger, and there's only 3 of them.
This knife really lives up to its name, doesn't it?
It sure does.
I mean, you could never quite lose this knife. I mean, you're going to know if you drop this knife or it comes out of your pack. Not to mention, the big blade allows you to cut larger things quicker.
Some people, they don't like larger knives, but I really like this style of knife. It reminds me of the Kizer 4435, which is one of my favorite Kaisers when they first came out.
I knew that you would like it, but for me, it's just too colossal.
I guess that's well put. Our next knife is the Real Steel G5 Metamorph MK2. Say that again.
I feel Morpheus would approve.
First, you must realize there is no knife at all. This knife has a navy blue aluminum handle, a Sandvik 14C 28N stainless steel blade, and a front flipper design. The liner lock system is somewhat hidden. It's sort of up in the frame, which is a bit different than the other liner locks that we have shown.
This is a really light knife, and it probably helps that the backspacer on this knife is made entirely of 7075 aluminum. It's also about, 8 inches overall, while the blade is 3.5.
Yes, this knife is pretty light since it's only about 2.5 ounces. This is just one aspect of the knife that I like. I also like the overall gentleman's knife style of it. It has a really smooth, unhindered opening action. The top of the blade has a milled out digit stop.
What is that for?
This area is meant to enhance your control and effectiveness when cutting things, especially smaller items. The designer of this knife, Ostap Hell, and did a great job, I say.
He did. And you can get this knife on
AtlanticKnife.com.
only $59.60.
Our next knife is the Kizer Soze.
There is so much about this knife that I like.
Really?
Really. This liner lock has a folding dagger design blade, a flat grind, and a blue anodized handle. It also has a black anodized titanium bolster, which I think kind of ties in the CPM S35VN stonewashed finished steel blade. Not to mention the tip-up carry pocket clip is 3D milled titanium too.
Sure. And it weighs a little bit more than our last knife. I mean, this knife is about 4 ounces.
Yes, but that is expected, I mean, especially for a knife with titanium elements.
True.
Lastly, this knife also has a ball bearing pivot system and a flipper for smooth openings.
You know, the greatest trick this knife ever pulled was convincing people it didn't exist.
Oh my god.
Next up on the table of pure, unadulterated, mechanized, non-electronic joy is a blade from Steadman.
And it's the BP02 liner lock. It has a black G10 handle and a black finish 440C stainless strap point blade, and finally a thumb stud for opening. This one is only 7.5 inches overall, whereas the blade is 3.5 inches long. This knife also has the usual additional features like a lanyard hole and a pocket clip with the Steadman logo.
Don't forget the Steadman logo.
You can't forget the Steadman logo.
Yeah, this is one of those Steadman knives that anyone could carry.
Mm-hmm.
It's a perfect size. It has a nice, immaculate design. Something else I like is the jimping on the bottom of the handle, which allows for better grip.
Yes, giving you some extra traction when cutting something is always good.
Any extra traction is always good.
Up next, we have the Real Steel Terra knife.
This folder doesn't have a flipper or thumb stud, which we know can sometimes catch on your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
You open this knife with the thumb hole, a bit like a Spyderco.
I bet you know what I like about this knife.
Yes, I do. It's the carbon fiber handle, which is it's 5 inches of carbon fiber laminate on both sides, which makes this knife, cool and sleek.
Mm-hmm.
It has a Sandvik 14C 28N stainless steel, satin finished drop point blade, and that just kind of adds to the sleekness of the blade. Finally, this knife has a flat grind and plain edge.
I really like how the pivot screw and the bottom screw are identical.
Yeah, I also like the design choices for this knife, and it's only $59.60 at
AtlanticKnife.com. The follow-up knife we have for you guys is the Kaiser Mini Sheepdog N690 knife.
Hey, Joe.
Oh no. No more bad dog jokes.
Oh, I wouldn't even think of it.
Good, good.
Hey, Joe.
What?
What do you call a sheep with no legs?
This is going to be bad, isn't it?
Nah, I think it's going to be good.
I don't know. What do you call a sheep with no legs?
A cloud.
I was right. Your humor astounds me.
And I too.
Okay, this is the Co1C Vanguard model. It was designed by Chris Conaway. This liner lock has a black G10 handle scales, a cleaver-like sheep's foot satin stainless steel blade, a tip-up carry pocket clip. It's about 6 inches overall, while the blade is 2.5 with a flat grind. This knife only weighs 3 ounces, and I think that is unbelievable. I mean, you can even tell by looking at this knife that it's that light, but it is.
It has a lot of attributes that are similar to the Artisan Tomahawk. Remember that additional accent that you liked around the pivot cap? Well, this one has the same one, but it's blue instead of orange.
Yes, it does. As you know, I've always liked it when companies go the extra mile to give a knife, a little something that makes it different from all the others.
Another aspect that you might not have noticed is the flipper stud. If you look at it, it's a bit larger and squarer than others. which just gives the flipper, you know, kind of a unique styling.
Our final knife is the one Cee has pretty much been waiting to do the whole show. It's the Begg Knives Mini Glimpse Liner Lock.
I'll take it from here.
Okay.
This knife has a CPM S35 VN drop point blade, which has a satin finish. The handle is made of carbon fiber and black G10 material, while the liners are titanium, of course. The overall length of this knife is about 7 inches, while the weight is just about 4.
You know, while I'm looking at this, I noticed that it also has like this curved titanium pocket clip. I think it really fits in with the form and shape of this knife. It really adds a bit of sophistication to the overall design, I would think.
I would agree. It seems that most of the knives that we have done today are between 3 and 5 ounces, very light.
Yes, lots of lighter carries today, and all of them seem to have tip-up carry pocket clips, though the one for the mini glimpse is machined titanium. The one exception to the light carry, of course, being the Amare Coloso, but if you have a name like that, it shouldn't be small.
This knife is part of the Steel Craft series, and it has a hollow blade grind. The knife also has a flipper for smooth, quick deployment. Finally, it has a 3-inch fluted handle and blade.
This one comes in about 4 different varieties, or slightly different styles, all of which are available on
AtlanticKnife.com.
I think we should discuss our favorites.
Let's do it.
And I think my favorite from today would have to be, no surprise, the Real Steel Terra Liner Lock.
Huh. That's not the one I thought, but okay. I gotta take a long look at the mini glimpse. And I have to say, my favorite component is the fluted handle and blade. It's just so different with the Amari Coloso coming in a very close second. I may even change my mind later because I like big blades.
Well, we know which one isn't your favorite.
Not that one. And I cannot lie.
Yeah, it's like what your worst enemy here?
Oh. I get what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mr.
you can
Mr.
check
C
the previous
here.
post and you'll see that the Metamorph there decided to bite me several times. It's all right. I think we're on to you now, aren't we?
Well, on that note, we reached the end of our show. So, but also, we don't want to forget these. We have shirts and hats, not upside down, from all your favorite brands. Case, Buck, at AtlanticKnife.com.
SE Tops.
SE Tops, Buck, Case. Already said
If we get the
this.
opportunity, we'll
Kershaw.
also have shirts that say "Endless Plug."
Oh my gosh, Spyderco. If you guys like this episode, hit that like and subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. And if you want to see even more of us,
Who doesn't want to see more of us?
I don't know, they have to be crazy. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Atlantic Knife. We post knife reviews, quick minute knife previews, and of course our weekly video issues,
Which you can catch every Friday on our YouTube channel.
Atlantic Knife.
And with that being said, I'm Cee, and this is
Jul.
Just Jul. And we are signing off. I stole it back.
And like that,